As you already know, I have done so many things in my life. And today, I'm going to tell you about the time I almost became an influencer. Welcome to episode 185. I'm trying a new thing where I talk a bit about whatever I want to talk about in the beginning, then I do the welcome. Anyway, it's your favorite daily podcast. And today, like I said, I'm going to be telling you guys about the time when I almost became an influencer. So I've been on the internet for quite some time. I've been on the internet for more than half my life, or for more than 2/3 of my life, actually, I think, if my math is correct. Okay, more than half, but less than 2/3. And when I say I've been on the internet, I mean like I've been sharing on the internet, because if it's like I've been on the internet for more than 2/3 of my life, but I've been sharing on the internet for more than half, but less than 2/3. Anyway, sorry to, to the people that struggle with math. I'm so sorry. But yeah, for a very large portion of my life, I've been sharing on the internet. And inevitably, at some point, I people started reaching out to me to post about things, to share about things, and all of those kinds of things, which not so bad. Mostly on Twitter, because I'm not really an Instagram person like that. Like I wasn't really on Instagram, and I didn't have like a large following on Instagram like I did on Twitter. I was a micro, or would you say micro influencer size of thing going on Twitter. And people will reach out to me sometimes. I never really took it seriously until 2020 into 2021 thereabouts. I really got into it. And the thing about me is I can't recommend something I don't like, I don't know, and I don't trust. So I'm always recommending things, even without people paying me to, or even if I don't get any benefit from it personally. Just like, oh, I found this really interesting thing, or I like this thing, or it works well. And if somebody asks for something similar, then I will recommend it to them, or I will just tweet about it, right? And people often would ask me like, oh, do you know any tool that I can use for this, or do you know what I can use to do that or the other, and so forth. So I was like, maybe this influencer thing will not be so bad, like getting paid to do this. And so I reached out to a few people who I knew who were influencers at my scale, not like super influencers, just like micro or mini influencers, I guess, and like got an idea for rate cards and all of these things. But then, hi, it's me, reminding you to subscribe and also to send questions so that I have more things to talk about. The link to submit questions is in the show notes. Okay, let's get back into the episode. I worked with 2 or 3 organizations, one of which I had already been recommending to people anyways. So it was like, oh, it's nice to get paid for doing that, because it was a product that it is, because I still use the product. It's a product that I really, really liked using. And I found it to be great. And so I had my rate card. I worked with these companies. I wasn't like advertising that I was an influencer, though. At that point, I was just like people reaching out to me, and I'll say, oh, okay, I'll work with you. No, I won't work with you. I'm sorry, I can't do this now. Blah blah blah. Depending on what kind of things they wanted me to post, right? So deciding. So it wasn't like, oh, I was advertising that, oh, come on, I can tweet about your thing. People would reach out to me. And this went on for a couple of weeks, months, maybe. I don't remember anymore. It was quite some time ago. But then I realized I actually couldn't. I could not, because first of all, it wasn't a lot of money. It was nice, like, oh, nice money to go out to dinner with my friends, or to buy myself a nice gift, or like supplementing my Uber money for the month, or and things like that. It was nice. It was like nice addition, or extra money I can save or use to buy someone a gift. Just like nice extra money to have. It wasn't very, very profitable. Well, I won't say profitable, because it was profitable. I was spending like, let's say, the cost of my data and the cost of like the time cost of me coming up with the tweets and all of those things and content and sending the reports to them, because I also used to send reports to the people that I worked with. Let's say that. But it was profitable, but I don't know, I just felt like I don't know. And then also the fact that I always had to be online, and that's the thing. So I'm a very online person, I like being online, but sometimes I like to just go offline. So there have been many times where I've taken 6 month, 3 month, 1 year long breaks from Twitter in particular. So that doesn't really vibe well with working as an influencer. So that kind of killed that as well. And then also I was thinking about the sustainability of um only working with products and brands that I trust and like and know well, right? And I was like, I don't know, and I don't want to get to the point where I'm now recommending things that I don't believe in or that I don't really trust or that I can't like vouch for. I mean, at the end of the day, you can't really vouch for anything, but like, I want to feel confident that when I'm saying something, I'm saying it because I actually really believe this thing. Like, oh, this is a really great product, and I have no reservations about recommending it to you. When that is not the case, even with my friends, when they say like, oh, do you know anybody that makes clothes or does this or does that, I always give them caveats. Like even here in the Netherlands, people are always asking me like, oh, do you know where I can get jollof rice or like some Nigerian food from? And then I send them a list of vendors, and I say, so for this vendor, this is what I like. I've not had issues with her, but some people that I recommended her to say that they had issues with this other vendor. This is what I like with this other. So like, I always give this caveats, like your experience may be different too, and if you're an influencer, you can't really do that because you just only have to say like good things about the product, or maybe not only say good things, but you can't really be direct about the not so good things, right? You have to like frame it in a nice way or couch it or something. You can't be like just directly like, okay, no, this is bad, right? Especially when it's a sponsored product. If it's you just buying stuff and reviewing it yourself, then it's easier. But if you're really looking to make money from influencing from brands, then I don't know that that'll work. Except you're looking to make money from influencing from your audience, where it's like MKBHD, where like people really trust him. I don't know how he's making his money. I don't know anything about that. But just for example, yeah. So I just decided that like the stress of it was not worth it for me at that time. Maybe I'll change my mind in the future. I don't know, but yeah, that's the time when I almost became an influencer. That's it for today. Thank you for listening. Bye. Thank you for listening to today's episode of A Couple of Things. If there was anything you found interesting or insightful, or you enjoyed the episode, please do share to someone or multiple people. Like, leave a comment, and definitely do subscribe and all the nice things. Bye.